Hello and welcome to what's new in Microsoft 365 and Teams for the 16th to the 31st of July 2022. I'm Mark Thompson from Super Simple 365 and I'm going to talk to you about OneDrive, Outlook, Teams, and a few updates from around Microsoft 365. It's been a little bit quieter over the last couple of weeks, so this shouldn't take too long, but I do want to show you something. So let's have a quick look at this. So in this PowerPoint deck, I've gone to Insert and I've said I want to insert Cameo. So that inserts a placeholder for your camera. And then once you've got that, you can click on the camera tab at the top and you can choose one of these formats here. You can see that it's going to change shape as I go over, or I can choose one of these other shapes from PowerPoint. And then all the things you can do in PowerPoint, moving it around, fading it, making it come and go, morphing between slides, it does all that, but with your camera feed as you're presenting. So let's have a look at how this looks. So we're going to get straight over to our first slide, and we're going to start with OneDrive, folks. This first one is the sharing experience. So the share menu drop down. So if we look at this, so at the moment, you only have this button in OneDrive. You don't have this part here, but when you get it, you click on it, and then you can see you then get the option to share a link, copy a link, or manage your access. So nice, easy access to manage the access for a file that you're sharing. And in here, you can see that you can get the option to email a link or send a link. Apparently, Microsoft haven't decided yet what they're going to call that, so that may change. The ability to copy a link and then go in and manage. So that's due mid to late August, and I think that'll be quite a nice update. So moving on already to Outlook. So we don't have any big updates for Outlook. We've just got some updates of existing things that I've told you about. Outlook mail tips that will recommend addressing accessibility issues before sending. So it'll tell you as you go along. So there's loads of things that it checks actually. And if you're interested in that, have a look at the notes, hop over to the blog, and then you can learn about that. But it's quite a few things it does. Push back a little bit, but will be mid-July to late August. Outlook Web, the new experience for sharing cloud file links, pushed back a little bit to early August into mid-September. I think I told you last time that I'm not sure what I think about this. So previously, the attachments, the links would be at the top. You can see it there on the left-hand side. They're now going to be just in line like that, and I don't know. I wonder whether they're better where they were up there, but we'll see. Yeah, maybe it will work out. A new location for the key functions and direct access to other 365 apps in Outlook. So um, you may already have this, especially if you've got the little preview slide at the top right hand corner. But for some people, it'll be as late September. Okay, so getting on quite quickly to Microsoft Teams. So what I've done here, actually, if you look on the screen, there is this camera feed. So I just want to show you how small you can get it. And I've just done an animation on it that moves up to there because I want to simulate dragging someone to their seat. Okay, let's get back to this. The ability to assign seats in together mode. Now, when I first talked about this, um, a couple of people just couldn't see the point. I shared it on Twitter, and someone said, actually, if you were running a panel and you had, say, three experts that had come to work with your team, it might be that you want them in a certain order. So actually, it would be quite useful then. You can set it up exactly how you want it. Anyway, so you can see here that I have dragged myself up there, and now I've got myself in the seat that I want that person to be in. Um, Due early to late September this year. So a little bit niche, but I guess it's quite a nice little addition. Okay, so Viva Engage is replacing Yammer Communities app in Teams. So you can see here we've got the Engage app. Let me just zoom in on that. Let you have a proper look at this. Okay, so you can see that's called Engage. So if you're a Yammer Communities app user, then this is for you. There's no underlying changes to the existing functionality, But there are two parts to this rollout. So it's just that the name, then the branding. So this is of interest to you. I've done a full blog on it. So follow the link and go and have a look. Now let's have a look at this video feed down here. We'll see this changing in a minute. So let's just keep an eye on that. So that's just a morph between two slides that you can use that for. I would never in real life put so many changes and so many different designs into a slide deck, but I'm just showing you the different things that you can do. Okay, language interpreter support in Microsoft Teams meetings. So I apologize for that screenshot. I know it's not very good. Okay, so it just means that you can have interpreters on your Teams meetings. So somebody can be listening and then they will repeat what they hear in real time into another language. Now you need for the other part of that conversation to go backwards, you then need another person. So the same person can't do both languages, just the way it's set up, because you can't have the same person going both ways, basically. Um, so there's a lot more instructions and more information on it as well. Due late August, but apparently it's already in public preview, so you might be seeing that already. So a little bit clunky the way I explain that, folks. Hopefully you got the gist of it, and pop to the blog if you want to see more. Okay, some quick thoughts here. So I've just done a blog on Microsoft Teams versus Outlook, and is it getting harder to explain when you would use which? And the reason I brought this up, and I've just blogged about it, is some of the changes to Outlook. So you've got uh, fluid components or loop components coming to Outlook. So when someone sends an email, that email is live, sort of the thing that's in it is, and people can edit it and work on it. But of course, you're getting the ability to give reactions to emails, so you get that instant feedback. Bringing other apps that you can view inside Outlook. So Outlook's becoming a little bit more like a hub for work as well as Teams, and there's a place for both of them. I just wonder whether it's going to be more difficult to explain or more important to explain it carefully. That's probably a better way of putting it. If that's of interest to you, then go and read the blog on that. So a delay to the new Teams meeting poll question type ratings now due by late August. Now I already have this, so it might be that we're getting it at different times. So you may have it, you may not, but it could be as late as late August for some people. A quick mention about meeting category insights are coming to the Viva Insights app in Teams. Let me just zoom in on this for you. Now, I uh, I mentioned this to Kirsty, who I work with, because she is really big into in her Outlook calendar categorizing her types of meetings by color. So at a glance, she can see whether she's got training, she's got I don't know a one-to-one, or it's quiet time, whatever it might be. Just at a glance, she knows what it is without actually reading it. And this is perfect for someone like her. So at a glance, she can see with these categories where she's spending her time. Now, that's you need to be you have a paid license for Viva. I think it's £3 a month for this one, British pounds. So not a lot, but I guess if you had a huge organisation, that would rack up. But I think that is just on the surface, quite simple, but a really nice update. Oh, I just wanted to say as well, look at the camera feed there at the bottom. So I've told it, I've put an animation telling it to hide before the next line appears. So you can see there that that's worked. So I'm really liking this that feed so far. Improvements to the in-meeting notifications. I cannot wait for this. Let's have a look at what we've got. So it just means that instead of you having one type of notification to tell you that you're recording, another one to tell you the network's rubbish, another one to say someone's hands up, actually they're all going to be stacked and you're going to get the same type of meeting there. It's the same type of notification. These are due mid-September to mid-October, and I think they're going to be worth waiting for. Okay, so let's have a look around Microsoft 365. The ability to distribute your forms using the Teams new channel. So this is going to be the ability to push your Microsoft forms straight into Microsoft Teams. Um, just a quick one here. Multiple linked entity support in Microsoft To Do. All that means is that your To Do items, when you look at them, you can open them either in an app that supports it. So if it's If it's something to do, say cave and planner, you can tell it to open in planner, or you can open it in Teams. So it's uh, just more than one way of opening it, and and you can decide which app it opens in. So I'm not sure why they've titled it like that, but essentially that's what it is. Okay, a Microsoft Office default change of blocking VBA macros in files from the internet. So if you'll know whether this applies to you because you'll know this is something that you do. Um, Look at the blog. I've just got just one sentence on this. This came around ages ago, didn't it? And then it came back. It was just recently. Go and have a look on there. I've got a link, a Microsoft link for end users who are affected by it, and for admins who need to manage it. So go have a look at the big long blog, and then and see what you need to get from that. Okay, so you can see that moving again. Um, I quite like this new option that we've got, and I will use it. I won't make it quite so distracting next time, but I just wanted to have a little play of it. Okay, folks, so we're at the end of our time together. Make sure that you hook up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, podcast, go and read the blog, sign up for the newsletter, whatever you want. However you want to get this, there's a way for you to get it. We're done for now, folks. Hopefully, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.